All right, guys. Good evening, afternoon. I know you guys maybe had a long day. I didn't see any costumes in here. I was expecting that. I see a pumpkin go. Oh, let's see here. The professor has some. I was expecting to see some costumes maybe. I see the pumpkin going around with some candy. So hopefully everybody will stay awake with some sugar. Today I was going to talk to you guys a little bit about video marketing. Actually, met you on the elevator, I believe, earlier. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about video marketing, being that this is a digital marketing course that's going to come into a lot of you guys' potential spectrum of jobs and things that you guys will be doing in the future. So we're going to talk about video marketing and the importance of it and in today's business and sales world as you guys kind of transcend into that very soon. I was told everybody's pretty much a senior in here. So looking for different opportunities in the digital marketing and marketing space very soon. But like I said, we're going to talk about the importance of video marketing in today's business and sales world. But mainly, one thing I want to talk about is how knowing about this can also get you guys a job, since I heard a lot of people are looking to jump into internships as soon as possible, jump into different job opportunities, and so forth. So talking about a lot about video marketing today, and hopefully it'll be something you guys can take away from this and take into wherever you are next. So just a little bit about me. I'm originally from Raleigh, North Carolina. Came down here in around 2011 after graduating from North Carolina State. Also got my MBA. She kind of went over a lot of things. Got my MBA at Herzing here in Orlando, where I actually got the opportunity to be a part of their inaugural class for business administration on campus, that is. And then also, I'm the owner and creative director of Reality Marketing Group. We're an agency here that does a lot of video marketing. We're a creative agency. We like to call ourselves a full service creative agency. So all of the things you see and hear from clients, from our clients, kind of comes from us, and their marketing strategy and so forth comes from our direction. Right now, wrapping up the marketing strategy certificate there at Cornell. And I also have 8+ years in marketing and creative, starting from soon after I graduated undergrad, working for the bowl games, doing a lot of the things that you guys may have seen, what is now the Camping World Stadium. I used to do a lot of the things that illuminate that stadium, from sponsor activations to three-dimensional graphics, video, anything you may have seen and related to the bowl games, Florida Classic, all those type of things, and video marketing and touch points like that. So have a little bit of a background in this stuff. All right, and then some of the things that I have done and we've been a part of in the last 5 years. You may recognize some of the brand logos there. We worked with clearly the big M that's not that familiar to people. We worked with the City of Orlando. We've worked with Greater Orlando Builders Association, one of the biggest distributors with Wedgeworth, City of Eatonville, a cool science fair, which is the biggest science fair here in the state of Florida. If anybody's familiar with that, I'm not sure, but I'm sure you guys are familiar with some of the things. And I actually get the opportunity to work with my fraternity on a national level with our branding committee and so forth as the agency of record there. But yeah, it wouldn't make sense unless I showed you guys a little bit of a video about what we do and who we are. Just a short commercial, digital. Make sure this. Oh, guess that doesn't work. Yeah, it is actually from YouTube, it's only right the video doesn't work during a video marketing presentation. Let me I have to enable the content. I didn't do that when I came on in. Just hopped right in there. Should have a play button now, yeah. So just a little bit about us, the volume.
Does your business need a new website or new marketing materials for an upcoming campaign? Or are you looking to rebrand or even look into new and innovative ways to showcase your services? Let us help you make all of this a reality. Since 2007, our team has helped numerous business owners just like you establish their brand identity, from a state-of-the-art web presence to the creation of an entire marketing strategy. That reality is just a call or click away. Log on today and see all that we have to offer at realitymg.com. And remember, with us, a new reality awaits.
So that's a little bit about me and a little bit about Reality Marketing Group and a lot of glitches. So I want to know a little bit about you guys. How many of you guys are looking to go? I mean, clearly this is a digital marketing course, so a lot of you guys are going into the digital marketing space potentially. Raise of hands or show of hands. Okay. Anybody looking maybe start a business or be an entrepreneur in the future? Any hands there? Okay. Some iffies, some hand. All right. So who's kind of would like to talk about some of the things they're looking to go into after graduation? If anybody would like to be a lucky volunteer there. No one? Okay. All right.
I'm deciding between something in media or commercial real estate.
Okay. All right. Anyone else?
I wanted to be an account executive for a sales role.
Okay, sales. Okay, that's good. Okay. One more? Anybody else? Someone over this way, maybe? No one else wants to be anything? Oh, okay, this side wants to be it all. All right.
I'm interested in graphic design, video stuff.
Okay, awesome. So all of which we'll talk about a little bit of everything you guys kind of leaning on all the different things that you guys just talked about there, especially sales and all kinds of digital marketing. And we'll talk about kind of how this leans on everything that you guys and others hopefully will want to be involved in the near future. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about why video is so important. So, of course, video, as you guys are probably seeing more and more in all of your different on your digital devices, as well as on TV, and the ways that video is being involved in marketing campaigns. So, any and every one of you guys will more than likely be involved in a marketing campaign that involves video and video production, video showcases, and so forth. So, I'm going to step through a few of those things today in this presentation. So, one is SEO. So as you guys know, in digital, there's no one needs to kind of know what that is, a search engine optimization. So we're going to talk about kind of where video aligns you in search engine optimization. It kind of helps that, and how having video really aligns with being found in the space in which you're trying to compete. We're also going to talk about the brain. So just how the brain works and how video is a way that really can help things resonate, help your brand, help your company resonate with people as you produce these videos and as you put them online or on TV or wherever they're placed. We're going to talk about brand messaging. We're going to talk about how these videos allow you to kind of create your brand messaging, create that feel, create a lot of the things that traditional marketing sometimes does not allow you to do. And some of the different marketing directions that used to happen don't necessarily allow you to do like video does, and like some of the things that are on your devices these days. And also, we're going to talk about kind of how it's everywhere, and it can be. How it's just everywhere. It's on your devices. I'm walking around with a video device that doesn't have as many glitches as the one here. And all the different places it can be and how it can be in everybody's hand at any time. So that's a way that it's helping marketing. And then also just people don't read anymore for the most part. So I know a lot of you guys are going into the digital space, and you're going to see that quick hitters is where it's at. And then when it comes to videos, that's where it is as far as like giving your overall message very quickly and impactfully. So I got a question for you guys. Who's seen probably a how-to video of some sort in the last month or a couple weeks? Okay, cool. Everybody probably, almost. Maybe a product unveiling or review in general, okay? And was that company or was it by the company, or was it by kind of a spokesperson per se? Have you seen any that actually by the company? I know we fly a lot of drones, so the Mavic Mini came out the other day or something, and we were seeing a lot of like how-tos and things that go like that. So the actual company was putting it out for us to learn and see and feel better about the product. So anybody seen them by the company, and maybe you unboxed something? Okay. All right. So just getting that kind of a poll, because companies are using these more and more, and companies, of course, are using videos more and more to introduce products, to showcase products, to build rapport with products, and so forth. So that's just something I wanted to kind of ask you guys. All right, so we're going to dip a little bit into SEO. We got a little bit of stats here for anybody who did want to take some notes, and I think she said we were going to actually send you guys the presentation, so maybe you can get some information. I also will have some sources in there so you guys. So with SEO, everybody wants to be at the top of Google. It's become pretty much a verb to Google it at this point. You're going on your phone, you're going to probably open whatever browser, and immediately you're going to go to Google and try to find something. Google Maps, that's how you probably got to class. That's how I got to your class, I mean. And all of the different ways that optimization really allows for people to find things and find companies. So in this case, we have in video, it's mobile optimized. So what that means, of course, as you guys know, is with a video, you can have it on any one of your devices. I can pull that up here. You can pull it up on your phone. And the statistics don't lie as to why that is important. So 67% of the world has mobile devices. So do the math on that. 67% of the 7, 8 billion, however many it's becoming at this point, people on Earth have mobile devices, and the ability to see your branding and the internet and things like that you have through these particular video assets. And 96% of Americans, so you can very seldomly run into a person who doesn't have a smartphone. And those people are spending 4.5 hours a day using them. I mean, some of you guys are using them right now in this class. They're using them, probably looking at videos, doing things, and really getting marketing, getting different assets sent to you and different messages sent to you throughout the day. So that being, for SEO in general, just being mobile optimized allows for these companies and these particular marketing assets to get out there to billions of people. So that's why video marketing and video is so much more impactful than some of the different methods that we've had before, static graphics and things like that. People are getting bored of those, and by these particular assets being on all these different devices and optimized, and the way that we're going to talk about a little bit later, the way the brain works, they're being way more impactful. So with this, in SEO, of course, as some of you guys may know, or a lot of you guys will know as you guys went through digital marketing, with video, you're able to log it in with a lot of metadata and tags. So you're allowed to kind of make your particular video relevant, whether that be on YouTube, Vimeo, on your website, and so forth. So that allows for a lot of relevant words and things that you're looking to be searchable for or being searched for within your video. So that optimizes titles and descriptions. You'll be able to, like if you search dog video right now, those are optimized. People have optimized those videos to get you to see specific dog videos, or maybe a marketer has said, okay, we want you to go to our pet store. PetSmart may be one of the top 10 people when you search dog video in general. So they have a lot of optimization within their video so that you come to it and you know about dogs and you know about their product and you know about all the things that they're doing related to the subject matter that you search for. So that's why video is very important. And of course, building relevance. I mean, if you search something right now and you search, you backed up your toilet yesterday and you're searching for a plumber. You're searching for a plumber. If you search for a plumber and they have the particular metadata and certain tags within their video, which is one of the most SEO, the best SEO driven pieces of content, they're going to show up first. They're going to get to you first. So it gains and builds relevance within companies and brands. So that's very important. All right. And then we also just kind of talked about this. It's lived and is shared across multiple platforms. So we'll speak a little bit more about that in a second. And then also something that is important to you guys when it comes to digital marketing, this is very important, is dwell time versus bounce rate. So when you have a video, of course, someone's going to stay up there, watch the video, pay more attention to it. They're going to have more dwell time. They're going to sit and watch. They're going to dwell. They're going to pay attention to what's going on. They're more likely to interact with your pages afterward as well. We'll talk about some statistics that have to come with that too. But they're more likely to sit down, relax, and watch a video. We're in the movie age rather than the book age. So when your bounce rate, these people are going to throw the deuces on you. They're going to bounce. They're going to get out of here if you're not having these videos on your pages and kind of in competition with all the other things they have going on their computer, on their phone, and so forth. They're going to get out of there. So that multiplies, your dwell rate multiplies where there are videos, and your clicks increase drastically. Someone will watch a video, feel intrigued to go through and click on more, learn more about the specs. I just talked about the Mavic Mini. So I looked at the video, it looks cool. I then click and see the specs, I see the prices, I see all the different things after it, being that I kind of have a hint of what's going on with it because I've already been fed kind of their marketing material through the video. So that's how SEO is very important when it comes to, video, and the way that it helps your SEO is very important and how it really amplifies based and compared to other ways of marketing. And people don't read anymore. We just went over that again. Said by some guy from someplace a few years back. So people just don't read anymore in comparison. People are more likely to scroll through, look at, take Instagram, for example. That was just one mode where we transferred from reading. We wouldn't even read a few characters on Twitter, and then we went straight to just seeing pictures of things. And now we're going into, and then of course they transferred, and Facebook bought them, and it's all videos and different elements in which people are able to market to you there. Someone was just talking about how Facebook was taking away, taking away all the kind of fake news and things, correct? All right, so we talked about SEO a little bit. Let's talk about brand messaging. So in videos, there's no better way to talk about your brand, to give people a feel about what things are, to create your brand messaging and really tell the message than with video. So you tell the story of your brand or service. You're able to narrate and literally narrate and read for them, because they won't read, as we talked about sometimes. And you're able to kind of narrate and tell your story. You're able to tell your kind of your vibe per se. So when you see a commercial about Apple, or you may see a commercial about Exxon, or whomever it is, they're kind of giving you the direction of their narrative. Whether they're coming out of a bad spill like Facebook in one case, they were telling their own narrative. They were sharing with you their narrative that this is the direction we're going in now. Privacy is now a new narrative for Apple and Facebook and things like that. This is the direction we're going in. These are the things that we're doing. These are the things that we're doing to help you. So you're able to tell your narrative and tell your story through examples and visuals. And we'll talk a little bit more about how the brain works with visuals in comparison to, of course, reading. And then, of course, like I said a little bit, you're able to build your brand persona. So with these videos and with the feel that you create your own persona through videos more than you can through imagery, or more than you can through words. So, for instance, I have BMW over here. What are some words that you guys will put aside a BMW like this one, or a BMW in general? Maybe just throw some words out there that you guys kind of already put beside these based on some of the marketing that they have out there. Luxury. Expensive. Quality. Fast. Okay. And all of these are kind of drawn up. I mean, you can't really tell, and we'll step through some of the brands that are putting, of course, media out there and things like that. But a lot of these are drawn up through the commercials that you see. They have people zooming through cities, open roads. They have certain types of people pulling up to certain types of houses, saying that we are expensive, and no one can tell and write that story better than a video. And they're doing that and narrating and telling their own company persona through that. So they're able to write and act out their brand narrative. So with BMW, they are the ultimate driving machine. So they pretty much, I've never ever read that. I'd never read it before I heard it. So I heard it far before and saw it on commercials far before I actually maybe read that out or actually went to a dealership or anything like that. They're actually acting it out and showcasing it through their media marketing and their videos. Any other examples that you guys may have of some people that kind of built their persona through video or have built it recently for you guys? No? No one's watched the video? You got it? Any example of a brand that kind of builds their persona through their video. And
Kind of like Ty Lopez, I guess.
Ty Lopez?
Yeah, because he kind of built his persona right now.
Everything that he invests in is something that's going to bring a lot of money, which is always the case.
Okay. So he builds his persona that he is the right person to go to. Yeah. He is knowledgeable. Exactly. By showcasing those kind of things, right? Anyway.
I'd say like with Kawhi Leonard and New Balance.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to give the persona that he's like a fun guy, but he's really a robot.
Yeah. So they even played off that with Terminator, right? Yeah. They actually he had partnered with the Terminator movie coming out, and he was, and the funny laugh and everything like that. So Kawhi Leonard is not really an out there guy, right? But through video, through short snippets, 30 seconds a minute, he really kind of played off on his persona and showcased that, right? And that's what people are doing in their individual brand, as you named two individuals, as well as large global brands. They're creating these these images, groups of images in the video form and saying, this is who we are, this is what we do, this is how we perform, and we are, the ultimate driving machine. So we'll talk a little bit about the brain and how that really works around video. That's the main thing. Really, that is the main generator of impressions is the brain, and how the brain really is affected by video. So brand perception is a feeling and perception of consumers using sensory organs on the brand image, brand culture, and brand value, which reflects the overall impression of the brand in the consumer's brain. So long story short, your emotion, your vision, your thought is evoked in video. All of these different, you actually get a feeling when you see video. You get the feeling that something's happening. You see the actual storyline happen. You see all of this in a compressed amount of time in comparison to maybe reading through a website or reading it over. And of course, as you know, when you read something, you got to get your own impression. But when there's pictures associated with it, when there's music associated with it, as you see, a lot of singers or big songs, or they'll have their own melodies that have been going with their things for years. And when you hear that, you think, oh, Bud Light, or oh, this is the feeling that I'm going to get out of that. I have the association with this sound or with this music or with these particular pictures that this is what this brand is going to be giving to me. So if a picture is worth 1,000 words, what about a motion picture? We're talking about 60 frames a second. How many different words is that worth? You're able to kind of create a completely different narrative at that many times or that many multiples of an image. So users can perceive certain things about your product through motion imagery that simply cannot be portrayed through text or still images. When you're telling a story, and even now, guys, I know you probably watch TV shows, and even I'm a big NBA fan. During the games now, rather than going to commercial, they stop in the middle of the commercials and in the middle of the game and give you a commercial. So you're automatically forced to associate the NBA with certain brands, associate certain feels and things like that, as well as during shows. I mean, you may actually have a show. I think there was a joke, or even maybe it did happen with Game of Thrones, actually had like a product placement or something in it, or it was a joke. And also they do that in all kinds of shows. You have product placement, you then associate Coca-Cola with the things that you love to do, the shows you like to see. Your favorite character is now associated with Coca-Cola and things like that, or whatever brands that you use. So that's the way that motion imagery really creates the feel and evokes thought way more than any other type of imagery, any other type of branding, any other type of marketing that's out there. And you guys, as digital marketing specialists, you will see how video really, really gets you a lot of clicks, a lot of shares, a lot of reviews, all kinds of different things that really allow for people to take action a lot differently than any other thing affects the brain. Is this anybody's house sometimes? I just thought it was a funny picture of how many different screens, and kind of going back to, of course, how everybody has different screens, everybody has a mobile device. Sometimes this is how every room in America looks at times, where everybody's engaged. And video does this sometimes. YouTube. YouTube is still one of the highest, if not the highest, music streaming networks. Because people are literally going through videos, watching music video, watching even just sound waves move and listen to their music throughout. So it's video is very impactful, and it's on every one of these different devices that they're sitting at home not paying attention to each other on. Just thought that was a funny picture. All right, so here's just a little video about video marketing and video marketing explained, that maybe you guys can kind of get a short synopsis a little bit more so about video marketing, how important it is to brands and to the imagery of a lot of the people that you guys see on a daily basis and on social media and so forth, TV. Hopefully it doesn't just jump around like the last one.
Online video. Should you have one or not? Well, clearly and concisely, yes. You definitely should. And it really doesn't matter if you're a freelancer, small business, or multinational corporate. And let me tell you why. In a nutshell, because people love them. Now, let me explain this. Basically, there are just two major steps in every business: attraction and conversion. You need to attract a visitor and convert them into a paying customer. That's it. And videos can significantly help with both steps. Let's start with attraction. Imagine that an online visitor comes across your site. There's plenty of text and images explaining what you do and how great your products or services are. But that's really not the way to grab the visitor's attention. After reading for 1 or 2 minutes, they will simply leave the site bored, and you've lost the potential customer forever. Now, let's assume that instead of the boring text, you've got a 1 or 2 minute video explaining all the important stuff in a short but memorable format that viewers can actually enjoy. Studies have shown that videos are processed by the brain 60,000 times faster than text. So you can really give your visitors a lot of information in just a short while, which is exactly the way to earn attraction. People are also 39% more likely to share your content if it's delivered via video. This means that visitors will spread your story through social media and attract more people to visit your site. In other words, this is how you increase traffic, which is then reflected by search engines through an improved SEO rank. See? You're getting more and more attractive. Now, once you've got the attraction, let me tell you how videos help with conversion. 70% of marketers report that video converts better than other content types. Why? Because your prospects can now really see what you do or sell. Getting more detailed information leads them to making confident purchase decisions. Also, video enables you to really stand out from the crowd and strengthen your brand trustworthiness. But let me repeat the most important message here. People love videos. And you're proof. You just watched one, right?
So that's kind of in short, kind of some of the things that we just talked about. It's only right that I use a video to kind of summarize what I just talked about as well and kind of go into detail about SEO, about attraction and conversion, and the way that video does it like no other. And we're going to talk about a little bit more on our next point is how it's just everywhere because it can be. I mean, it's literally everywhere because of responsive design. So of course, even when it comes to digital media and web development, some of the things that we do on a daily basis, we're making sure that these videos are incorporated into their responsive websites. So it could be on your mobile devices and so forth. And then of course, you lose traffic, you lose that rank. It's completely opposite of what that video kind of talks about a little bit. If you don't have those things, you don't have the attraction, conversion, you don't have the dwell rates and things, you're gonna lose Google rank, and everybody's fighting for those. People are paying literally billions of dollars over time. And that's why Google is, of course, worth what it is, because people are paying so much to make sure that they are moving up there, making sure that they are getting those conversions, and video is doing that for them. Video content is fit for consumption of all devices, like we just said. You're talking about your computers, your mobile phones, user-friendly and consumer-focused, so you can target a little bit differently. You can have multiple ad campaigns going on different platforms, now on Instagram, your Facebooks, your YouTube. You can target certain demos. I mean, we just talked about BMW a little bit ago. Now they have a commercial focusing specifically on kind of millennials per se, talking about the different technological advances. They show kind of millennial couple cruising around town, going different places. But they also have a different variation for their i8 that you may not see except for during golf tournaments or something where more a high-end audience will be there. So they're able to differently be consumer focused in different ways with video and kind of tell different stories and go different directions based on the type of video they're putting out there. As you guys would know, in digital media, there's different campaigns to reach different people, to interact with different products, and video is doing that better than we've ever seen. So video can truly be taken and consumed anywhere. This gives video content far more reach organically and far better return on investment as well as for companies. So remember those numbers. I mean, remember how many times, 60,000 times more. I remember I talked about a picture's worth 1,000 words. You're talking about 60,000 times that per second in comparison. You're letting your audience consume what you're doing and how you're doing it and your message, your persona, all of that in a way better way than simply putting out images and simply putting it on a website or whatnot. Of course, you want to have these particular videos lead them to a purchase and lead them to those type of things and to learn more, but this is a perfect way to gain that attractiveness and then lean towards conversion. And like I said, those numbers, we're talking about, 7 billion people, some odd 6 billion and some change that have these devices. 96% of people in America have a smartphone, and they're using that 4.5 hours a day doing things, whatever they may be. A lot of them clearly Instagram, Facebook, interacting with emails. People are putting these videos and different marketing materials inside of emails. Every time you go to a website, every time you go to ESPN.com, there's video marketing that you're forced to watch. All of these different ways that marketers are utilizing video to really incorporate their message. All right, so this is Intrabrand. They actually do a ranking every year on the best global brands. You can see their net worth and how much they've kind of changed and went up. And each one of these brands clearly, and you guys probably can think about their different messaging that they've used online, on TV. Of course, a lot of them on TV. Even Facebook using their video marketing to showcase their brand, their impact, all of that. So all of these are just the top 24. 25 didn't make sense because they were in 8. But these are the top 24 brands in 2019 globally. And each one of these, of course, I named BMW earlier. Talked about Coca-Cola. We've talked about Google. You can't really talk about SEO or anything without talking about them. We've talked about Facebook. And we've all seen different video and impactful messaging that they're using to tell their narrative through video. So ideally, no matter what companies you guys are going to work for, you're going to want to model your marketing, your video, your digital media, and so forth after these guys. So if you do, and we'll have the link up here or in the presentation you guys receive, it's called Interbrand, and they do this ranking every year. So you can see how these different companies have changed. Just to kind of go on a tangent, for example, Toyota, they've went up 5%. Their brand went up 5%. And this is just what their brand is worth, essentially. And what their brand is, when you put it out there, when you put their branding on television, on whatever assets they're doing, this is how much their brands are worth. And each one of these are using that online media, video marketing, and so forth to just up their brand more and more each and every year. All right, we're going to just do a little exercise so everybody can get some motion moving around or just talking to their neighbor. We're actually going to just say, has a recent video persuaded you to make a purchase? And we're going to talk about that kind of with your neighbor. Just talk about what that particular video may have done, or maybe a commercial online persuade you, or even if it didn't and why it didn't. Just talk about that and kind of exchange ideas. I'll give you guys a few minutes to talk about that, and then we'll just report a few back to us, all right? So just if there's 3 people, or if it's an odd number, that's fine as well. All right, guys, all right, wrap up. So is there anybody who has a good example or just wants to share what you guys talked about in the group? Someone over this way? No one over there wants to? Someone over here I know does.
So we had a couple examples of bad ones, I guess. So if I'm watching a YouTube video, sometimes I'll listen to a TED Talk when it comes to finance or something like that.
Okay.
And then a commercial will come on that's completely unrelated to what I'm watching. So like a music video will hop on for an artist I don't know about, and I'll close it out. But there's a guy on Facebook or YouTube that's warrior trading, and I haven't checked him out yet. But when he showed up on the video, I'm like, okay, I might look at that at some point. So it's kind of the difference between the two.
Okay, so they pretty much utilize that to tie in maybe another narrative or another direction that you could go in. Unless you associated that particular person a little bit, even with the video that you didn't like, they tied it in with kind of the subject matter you're saying. Like, okay, this guy talks about the subject I'm looking at. So maybe they kind of threw you a bone there and said, oh, he's somewhat related because now this guy's in this music video, so maybe you should come over here and watch our stuff. So that's the way they do. Okay. What about another example? And that was on YouTube. That was the platform you saw it on, or your computer. Any other examples? And you guys talked about it in your groups?
We had both recently seen the video on the new iPhones.
Okay.
And it persuaded us to get new iPhones.
Okay. It's a very good persuasion. How you liking the camera?
It's cool.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. It didn't persuade me just yet with the price marker, but it's getting there. The trade-in, okay. I might have to, definitely. I know eventually my phone's going to die because they just kind of force it to, so I'm going to have to get it. But, and where was that? That was on just TV, or it was shared somewhere, or?
It was on social media at the time. It was kind of right when it came out.
Okay. All right. One more. Let's do one more since you guys chatted for a little bit about it. What else? Okay, so what were so maybe some propane commercials? What particular commercial? So it kind of pushed you to another person's page who's related to what you look at. Oh, okay. So like kind of, I guess they're kind of just doing a personal branding or some kind of brand that was related to what you follow. So they kind of use those analytics and tied into some of the things you like on your page and pointed you to that video. Sponsored. Okay, cool. On Instagram, you said. Damn Good Steak was on Instagram. All right, so any of you know the video clip, like you guys said, you kind of knew the video clip. Did you guys, as soon as she said it or you said it, you kind of knew what it was. It resonated with you. You know the storyline. You probably could just tell it back to her immediately, right?
Yeah, and there were also like memes on Twitter about the 3 cameras.
And all the different dots, right?
Everyone was talking about it.
All the different dots on the back and how the iPhone 20 is going to have 40 cameras on it. Were there any other people that you guys kind of talked about something, or even in your case where it was a bad example, had anybody else in your group say, yeah, I've had that before, and it's just not like, was any examples where you guys immediately kind of connected with the video they talked about, or you knew the video they were talking about immediately when they said it? Or if you were talking about a specific product or whatnot, you kind of had that feeling of, oh yeah, I did see that. I do resonate with that particular brand because I saw that. Anybody, or even by show of hands, if you just kind of felt that when someone said, okay, I saw that iPhone video, or I saw this video. Oh yeah, I did see that one. I remember that storyline. Okay, a few people. So that really talks to kind of how video in general resonates and how they're using analytics and using meta tags and all the stuff we talked about to kind of tie you in the data to the video that you are being shown and seeing. So video is being used in several different ways, and video is resonating far more than any other different type of marketing has in the past. And that's why they're using it on all these different platforms. And that's why platforms are leaning towards using video more. I mean, I remember Instagram went from 15 seconds, like the old, what was it called? I can't even remember the platform. There was like Vine, went from the Vine to the 1 minute to you can do a whole movie on there. You can do movie interludes. So if you're interested, you can see 1 minute of the video and then click and go to their TV version of it. So that's just another way of not only clickbait, but also, okay, you're interested enough. So you go in, we've got your thought on it. Now let's take you even deeper. And now they're finding out that those videos that are 30, 40 minutes on maybe Instagram, the TV and stuff like that are actually useful too, to elaborate further, for you to see previews and so forth. Because of course, rather than going to their website, I can watch a whole video all day about BMW more than I can read about it and see the specs and things like that. So cool. All right, so we talked a little bit about the stats, but here are some, and you guys will get them in the link that give your professor as well. So 90% of consumers, and you heard some of these on the video that I showed earlier, but 90% of consumers indicate product videos directly inform purchase decisions. You guys talked about how you saw iPhone video commercial. You're probably seeing it just go viral. Everybody's got one. You're seeing video content, people using it, showing their 4K videos with their phone. It made you do a purchase. So 90% of those people have said, okay, this videos directly inform my purchase decision, whether it be a commercial or whatnot. 92% of videos viewed via mobile are shared compared to the other modes of access. So when you see a video and you like it, or you have some tie to it, you're 92% more likely to share it than you just seeing a blog post or something like that. So that's why, as you know, everything is going towards video, even for personal brands, vlogs, TED Talks, all of which is going towards video because it's more likely to get a way more reach. And as we went all the way back to our first couple slides, so many people on earth have this, and so many people are connected within 2 or 3, people of each other. So once you share with one, like LinkedIn, if I share it out there, someone else shares it, next thing I know, I have 100,000 views on something. And then that is exactly what these marketers are doing. They're leaning on the fact that so many people are interactive and sharing on these networks, and they're broadening their reach. So sooner than later, when you guys are on your job, you'll see how many impressions and things that videos get versus just putting a blog out there or putting a picture out there and whatnot, because of all the shares and all the interaction. 95% of consumers retain communicated information through video, while only 10% retain information through reading. So if I were to give you guys a whole book on what I'm talking about right now, you guys would only be able to give me about 5% about what the book was about. Whereas we're talking about 95% here, or the remaining 95%. If I show you guys a video about what I'm talking about, and I'm sure, going back to your TED Talk, I'm sure several of those people have written books and so forth. And when they go and do their TED Talk, it resonates a little differently, resonates a little deeper, and allows for their consumer, which is the person who's reading or the person who's viewing, to get the point a little bit more and consume that and retain that information. Back to what we were saying about how the brain kind of interacts and creates a feeling, creates a vibe that you can remember, and it resonates with you a little differently, like or dislike of the video. A little bit more. Yes, there are more stats. We talked about that all day. So 53% of consumers engage with a brand after viewing a video on social media. So we talked about that a little bit, and how just watching a video or seeing other people use the product or whatnot, and that's why a lot of social media, not gurus, but people who are actually out there representing products and social media moguls and things like that are always pushing products out there, because they know that it resonates with their persona, and they're able to actually get people to share, get people to engage with the brand. And that's why people are paying for these representatives, for these celebrities, for people with millions of followers and so forth. And then 72% of people prefer video over text when learning about a product or service. So of course, you guys would rather, see the video, see the how-to and so forth, rather than read the manual for the most part. Statistics say you'd rather watch the how-to video and the unboxing and things like that, rather than read a manual. And I'm pretty sure, I think it's somewhere between 0 and 0.001% of people actually read manuals at this point. And they'd rather go on YouTube and kind of just figure out how to do it via video. And people have recognized that, kind of going back to what we talked about with the brands and stuff, putting how-to videos, putting videos on showing how the product is used. They're starting to put those out there more than they are actually putting out manuals and things, and knowing that you may not read the manual and you'd rather watch the video. And also within those videos, they show you other products that you could buy that attach to it, so you feel potentially obligated to buy other pieces too. But that's a whole nother story. And then people spend 2.6 times less on pages without video content than on pages with video. We talked about the dwell rate a little bit, so this is kind of a synopsis of that. If I spend 10 seconds on a page, I see it's cool, I see it's got a lot of reading, I'm going to spend way more time actually if there's a video, because more than likely the video is a minute, 2 minutes. I'm going to probably watch the whole video, if not half of it, because I've already landed there. I've already found my way to this page, to this product, and so forth. And then if the video resonates with me, I'm going to dwell and click around. And they found that those actual clicks after are multiplied as well. When you do have a video on your front page, or you have a video talking about, let's say it's a bank per se. A lot of the banks are now going into places where on their business page, they not only have information about the business and things like that, but they also have representatives of their bank speaking about how they've helped businesses, or testimonials. So you see, that's someone like me who has a business and who also has grown within this bank. So that resonates way more than saying that they have a certain APR or a certain return or whatever it may be for their business. All right, so into the good part for you guys. So we talked about some of the jobs that you guys are looking to do, or a few of you guys you raised your hand and talked about the different jobs you're looking to do in the future. But these are the different jobs and things that are tied directly to using this information and using video content and so forth. We talk about marketing manager, creative director, CMO meaning chief marketing officer. I'm a creative director, and these are all of these things that we talked about related to video, related to creating the video that tells the persona, all the way to putting it out there, all the way to analyzing it, all the way to meta tags, all the way down to putting it on the website, placement on the website. All of that is what we do at RMG, and as a creative director, I'm tied to all of that in some form or fashion on a daily basis, whether it was when I was a marketing manager, when I was just a designer. All of those different ways we were looking at how video and how our content is being put out there and portrayed for our clients. So all the way from an intern level, you're going to be dealing with video marketing and putting things out there as it becomes more and more important to clients, to businesses, to your own business if you decide to be an entrepreneur. We talked about social media. Clearly in social media marketing, putting out content on whether it be a monthly, weekly, nowadays hourly sometimes basis to retain clicks, to have advertisers, etc. You're going to have to deal with video marketing. So that is definitely a place that's growing more and more. Each and every business now kind of has a social media marketer on their team. And if they don't, they probably should, because they can kind of control their voice that way through video, through live video now, through streaming, all of those different ways to incorporate video and really give the inside to what their company is doing, how their company is impacting their field, however that might be. Any kind of content creator, so we're talking about actually the beginning stages. If you are actually looking to do video creation, you're looking to do photography, any of those different ways that you're looking to actually create content to be distributed to all these channels, you're definitely going to be involved in video marketing and knowing what videos resonate, knowing how to tie that to your customer, knowing how to put that out there. We talked about, media buyer or general marketer, so someone who's actually buying media, putting their customers or putting themselves in places and on TV or wherever it might be in these different channels, Google, prior to YouTube videos, in between YouTube videos nowadays, in between basketball games, wherever you're buying media and having placement, you will be involved in video marketing. And most functions of sales, I think someone talked about sales, correct? Was sales. So sales and marketing go hand in hand. I mean, if you don't have the correct tools from the marketing department, you're not going to sell as well. You're not going to have those videos that resonate with your potential clients, and you're always going to want to have video content that kind of wows your clients. 60 seconds can speak far more than 60 minutes of someone just sitting there reading you something. And that's, when it comes to sales, that's very, very impactful. And all of our team always is really selling, and everyone is selling at all times. You're selling yourself, you're selling your own personal brand, you're selling the actual content or the service that you provide. You're always going to be selling as marketers in general, digital or not. So that's just some job functions or jobs that use this information on a daily basis. So I just kind of talked about a little bit how I use it. This is just our kind of corporate and commercial videos that we've done probably in the last 8 months or so or whatever. And I use it on a daily basis as a creative director, like I said. Creating content, helping in the production stages, doing video and advertising strategies, so putting these videos and meta tags and things into play on people's websites, on people's overall media and marketing strategy. In media buying, when we're buying these, whether it be Facebook ads, whether it be television via Spectrum, or whether it be billboards, now they have motion billboards and things like that, we're using video marketing and animations and stuff on a daily basis in our agency. Just general marketing of our business, we are using videos. Even that short little video prior to showing this, that's one of our older videos that we use. And just general traffic creation. We talked about SEO and how it really creates more and more traffic through video, and how important that is for individuals to be clicking on your information over other people's information, and people are paying millions to have that type of traffic creation and to produce these videos that are very impactful. So here was a video, actually. It's got a short little video that we did for RSM, and I'll just show you guys how they used it to kind of internally to showcase their narrative and so forth. Let me just.
Hi, I'm Clay Warden. Welcome to Orlando. Central Florida has a lot of great things to offer. It's what makes working in our local RSM office so great. We've got awesome people, we've got great clients, and the RSM team here really knows how to have some fun. So whether this is your first time to Orlando, or if you've been to our office before, we thought we'd show you why it's so great to be part of the Orlando office.
You know, Clay, you're right. We have a great time here in Central Florida working in the Orlando office, really enjoying what that community has to offer and being outside and enjoying this beautiful sunshine. We have kayaked at our end of busy season party. We had a tug of war competition on the beach, a lot of line of business competition with that one. Go Tax! And then we had a kickball tournament at Clay's Ranch. Really just trying to enjoy what this community has to offer, the sunshine and the beautiful weather, because at the end of the day, that's what it's like living in the Sunshine State. Beautiful sunshine and weather, and bonus, you get to wear Mickey Mouse ears.
We sure do have a lot of fun here in Central Florida, and we certainly hope that you have a lot of fun while you're here at the partners meeting. But the best part about living here in Central Florida are the great clients that we get to serve. Clients such as Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, and then great products and grocery stores that I know all of you enjoy. And we also have 3 of the best football teams in the United States, and that includes the UF Gators, FSU Seminoles, and last year's national champions, the University of Central Florida. And if you happen to drive here to Central Florida, chances are you're a AAA member who has over 54 million members around the United States. We serve that client as well.
We love our clients and we love our people, but what's really special about our office is that we continue to grow. We recruit our top talent to bring into work day to day to deliver the power of being understood to our clients. We don't blame you if you'd like to join us here on the Orlando team.
This Orlando team sure is adventurous. They try to live out the First Choice Advisor 5 C's in everything they do. But this time, I think they've taken the concept of courageous to a whole new level. Going out in a swamp filled with alligators? Are you crazy? See you later, team.
We hope you enjoy your time here in Orlando. We feel so blessed to get to work and play in such a beautiful part of the country. I hope you too get to enjoy some of the things that make this city great. On behalf of the Orlando RSM team, welcome to Orlando!
So yeah, that was just an example of some of the things that we produce, whether it be internally or externally, that kind of showcase brand, persona, and so forth. I was gonna kind of just skip here because I know it's kind of getting close to the end. So that video, like I said, was just kind of to showcase their persona, some of the things that they're doing in the office. It was used as a recruiting tool. It was also used as, of course, talking about their clients, so you can showcase their clients, the way that they are happy to be a part of their successes and so forth. So that's a way that they put things out and kind of control their narrative internally and externally. It's something that we do on a daily basis for companies like that. So as you saw, like drones and all of that stuff, drones, video footage, all of that stuff is in a normal kind of agency setting is what we do on a daily basis. So it's pretty cool going out there and doing that here in the Central Florida area. Here's a little short thing about why people don't video market for whatever reason. As you see, it's just they think they do not have the time. As you can see, nowadays you can pretty much turn your phone around with your 3 or 4 or 10 cameras on the back, and you can just create a video that's stellar, that you can actually impact your brand, talk about your persona, and sell anything at any time. So that is not an excuse any longer. They think they don't know how. I just talked about how you could turn on a video and learn how to make videos at any point in time, and that's no longer an excuse either. They think they cost a lot. Of course, high value production, 4K, all of which that you see on the TV may cost a pretty penny. But when it comes to just creating very good content on a consistent basis, it really isn't that expensive when it comes down. A good marketing budget should be about 10% of your overall income or your overall profits. So if you're spending 10% on putting out content that's earning you 50 or 60% return, how expensive is it really? They don't see the value of impact of the videos, video marketing campaigns. They're just not looking for it because we just talked about all the different statistics that go along with video marketing and that go along with the impact of video versus traditional branding and marketing. So there's definitely an increased value If you did an A/B testing, somebody just sending an email with nothing in it and someone sending an email with a video that talks about what they do, you're clearly going to get more clicks with the video. It's just a fact pretty much at this point. And they think it's only for the big fish. We just talked about that a little bit. It's not just for the big fish. It's for the goldfish. It's for Dory. It's for anybody who wants to get out there and turn a camera on and record and put their brand out there at this point. And there's so many different platforms to do so, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Instagram, whether it be Facebook. There's so many different platforms that you can use and interact with your potential clientele, and very small ad purchases to even go even further than that. So that's definitely never a reason not to do video marketing at this point. And that's about it. I'm going to send you guys some of the sources. And yeah, definitely connect with me, guys. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I have a question about SEO and videos.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it, I was like playing the algorithm game, do you find it better to post natively inside the sites like Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, or using, I know there's a lot of third-party applications that let you post on all sites like at once. Do you find posting natively helps you guys' SEO or not even?
I think either or, because what really happens when you have those platforms that post on the all, it's really doing that for you essentially. It's still putting the meta tags and everything within all the other different platforms. It's not as if by posting through these platforms you're not posting on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's still very, very similar. So it still allows for all those tags, for all the SEO and things to happen. You want to make sure that even when you go back after, maybe blasting it per se onto all the different platforms, go in and kind of fine tune it based on the different platforms still, depending on the marketing campaign, I believe. Any other questions? Actually, that was the next slide. Just said questions.
For the last video you showed us, did you guys film all that footage, or was a lot of it like just secondary that you got from someone else?
Some of it was secondary. The majority of it was filmed, whether it be us flying drones around the city, some of which we had from just stock footage of like Lake Eola. A lot of it was filmed through us. So all the drone footage, all of that is, we actually have FAA clearance to fly wherever in the United States. So we like to kind of incorporate that into a lot of the video, and a lot of people love that as well. But yeah, we, from nuts to bolts, when it comes down to production, we capture the footage. We kind of help with the overall feel and direction they're going. Even the bed of music is part of our digital marketing creative at this point, and so forth. So yes.
So as like an expert in the video marketing field, what would you recommend for future content creators when it comes to a vanilla video to a wow video? Like, what are some of those key tips that you notice that would make your brand stand out?
Yeah, I mean, even nowadays there are templates and things, and if you're talking about production and you want to go into production, look up, I know you're probably familiar with Envato and things like that. So Envato, ENVATO, you can find templates. If you're able to use a lot of these platforms for Adobe, you can go in and add touch and feel to your videos, lower thirds, things like that, production value that really makes, even if you're doing it with your iPhone, and you simply have, at this point, you can get Osmo and have an Osmo doing selfies and all that stuff, and you can dramatically up the quality of your video, even as a small firm or an individual. And those type of things really add to it and add the wow factor. And if you're just doing general content, streaming, going live on Instagram, things like that, you just want to have good lighting. That's always something. You can go on probably eBay right now and get a whole light kit for $100. You can set up a studio in your room and pretty much have perfect lighting. And things like that. That's what really allows the difference between those, just what is this video with bad lighting, or what I guess you were stating as like a vanilla, like this is just a plain video, and the ones that are more like wow, where you actually go in and chop, whether that be iMovie, Premiere, things that you can have on your computer, and play around and really make it impactful. Music beds are very cheap nowadays too, as you probably hear some of the same music on local commercials sometimes because they're going and buying these music beds very inexpensively. So. No problem.
I just had a quick question about internships,
Mm-hmm.
RNG. So if students are interested, should they contact you directly, or like what's the best way?
Yeah, just contact me directly. I'll go back here. If you guys on LinkedIn, just follow me, Reginald Parks. Well, not follow me, I guess. Connect with me on there, Reginald Parks. My personal website's reginaldparks.com, but also our website is reginaldmg.com, and I'll share the information so you can email it out. I'll put my email as well. I'm just reginald@realitymg.com. So if you guys are looking even just to touch base with me, learn a little bit about what we do, or learn about the industry, or even maybe connect with others that you see in my network that you may want to work with Disney. We definitely have connections there. You may want to work with Orlando Magic. I definitely have some friends that work there. So anything that you guys are looking to do, and maybe give me an idea of the direction you're going in, and I want to be of help as much as I can for you guys. But yeah, appreciate it, guys, and appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, guys, so I'll see you on Tuesday, and happy Halloween.